So that 8-bar blues chord progression that you just heard me playing over, that's one of the most common chord progressions in the blues, but it can be a little bit tricky to navigate. Hello and welcome back to the channel on our continuing voyage to become better blues players. My name's Mark, and in this lesson I'm going to look at example licks to play over that chord progression. It's a really common chord progression. You'll find it in the likes of Need Your Love So Bad. I've taken it from Trouble in Mind, but there's loads of songs out there that use this particular chord progression or something very, very similar. What we're going to be doing today is going to be using the BB box to help navigate this. This follows on from a previous lesson where I taught all the theory behind this. So in today's lesson, we're just going to go through the solo. So the way the lesson's going to work, you're going to see me play the whole solo, then we'll come back, break it down lick by lick. And then at the end, if you stick around till the end, you can find out how to get a free copy of the tab to this lesson. Okay, I think that's it. On with the example. So that was the example there, and what we'll do now is we'll go through all the licks one by one. Here's the first lick. It's over the first two bars. The first two bars, actually there's like a 4-beat counting, and then we're in with the first two bars. And the first two bars are an A to an A7, and the lick goes like this. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and nice and slow. Lick 2 now goes from a D to a D minor. So we're going to lean into more of the minor sounds. And over that D minor chord in particular, we're going to use the A blues scale. And so that lick goes like this. And nice and slow. Okay, lick 3 then. Now this is where we get to the section that goes from an A to an F sharp to a B minor to an E. And this has like got the really melodic sound to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to play a lick that really emphasizes those melodic notes within the BB box. And that goes like this. Okay, and again nice and slow. Okay, so a little bit of tricky bends there. I've got the first one bends up and then grabbing the top E string with my little finger. So you get this. And then bending again. Come down. And then this bend, top E string, 12th fret, we're going to go all the way up, all the way down, and then come off to 10 on a top E string. And make each one of those notes so kind of sound like its own note. So it's not moving between them. Even though we've got those bends, we're going up, hold, down, hold, and then off. Okay, so that was lick 3. Lick 4 then is when we move off the E chord and then onto the final section, which goes E to A, sorry, it goes from that E chord to the A to D to A to E. And that goes like this. Okay, and nice and slow. And what you notice if you look at those is, again, we've now gone back to this kind of more minor sound. And what I'm doing is I'm targeting the notes of the underlying chord. So I'm bending up towards this D here as we approach the D chord, and then as we come back down, what I'm doing is I target this A note here before hitting this E note here, and that E note kind of lands it at the same time as the E chord. So what I'm doing is I'm just highlighting the notes of the underlying chord progression. Okay, so that was it. Pretty straightforward. Just 4 licks in this particular example. There's a lot going on there. There's a lot of moving between sweet sound and stuff and sour sound and stuff. Major, minor, mixing them together. I taught all the theory behind this in the last lesson, so please go check that out if you haven't already. This was just the example. Now, if you would like a copy of the tab, you can get a copy of the tab completely free. All you have to do is send me an email. My address is in the details below, and next time I'm online, I'll simply hit reply and attach the tab. Please ask for the lesson. What we're going to call this? We're going to call this BB Box 8 bar in A. So if you ask for the tab, hey Mark, can I have the tab for BB Box 8 bar in A? Next time I'm online, I'll simply reply, and you can have that as PDF. There's no charge for it. The tab is paid for by the Patreon supporters who pay to keep the channel going and everything else. And you're not signing up for anything. I'm simply hitting reply to your email and sending it. It's the easiest way I can think of to get you the tab. Okay, big thank you to the Patreon supporters who keep all of this going, and for that they get a few extra lessons and some other materials as well thrown in. I'm going to leave you now with the names of the Patreon supporters to say thank you. I'll play through the solo again, and then I'll just do some improvisation after the end and see how that sounds. So, hope you enjoyed this lesson. Take care. I'll see you next time.